Hi everyone, welcome to another video created by me, Zan Ta. Today's Autodesk screencast focuses on some of the new features of Revit 2017. This will be one of many videos, so be on the lookout for additional videos in this series. Enjoy! Here I am in Revit 2017, and one of the new features I'd like to showcase is the FormIt360 Converter plugin. When you install Revit 2017, if you head over to the Add-ins tab of the ribbon, you'll notice there is a FormIt360's Converter panel. In here you have Convert RFA to FormIt360, which is the default command, but if you expand it, you'll see there are other options as well. So the first one is being able to take all of your family files that you specify and convert them to a FormIt360 file for use in Autodesk FormIt360. You also have the ability to convert any SketchUp files that you might have downloaded from Google SketchUp repository, if you will, to FormIt360. You can also import a FormIt360 model into Revit. And then you can reload any families that you need, in other words, converting and making them back to the original families. So for example, here I am in Revit 2017. I have a model open. If I start the first one that says Convert RFA to FormIt360, it'll pop up a window that says what is the source path location of where your Revit files are, and where are you wanting to place the converted Revit family files. So you can browse to the location that you need. And for example, here I put it under Demos, under 2017, under Revit, and I put it under Revit family files. And then converted files, where you want to place them, you put them in that correct subfolder that you want. So for example, here I put it into FormIt360 converted files. If you need to, you can upload that data to your A360 Drive content folder online as well. You can click OK and the conversion will go through. You won't see any kind of visual indication to see that it's finished in the Revit screen. But if, for example, I open up Windows Explorer and we take a quick look at those two subfolders, you'll see here under Revit Family Files is a list of family files that are .rfa that I'm having to convert into the FormIt360 converted files, which are .axmf files. Now, real quick, this was all with an understanding and assumption that most people understand what is FormIt360. For those of you who are not aware of what Autodesk FormIt360 is, it is the ability for you to download and install an app or use it directly online. It is a software Autodesk created to compete against Google SketchUp. It's an environment that allows you to graphically and very easily manipulate objects and create objects, and really just kind of take control of the formwork, if you will, and make it as iterative as you need to. So depending on what you're trying to achieve and how you're trying to adjust and tweak the model and the objects, you can do some very nice massing, if you will, of the project and try to get an understanding of relationships of solids to voids and circulation and things like that. So this is Autodesk FormIt360. I'll try, when I have time, to create a video screencast on the basics of Autodesk FormIt360. The next feature I'd like to showcase for Revit 2017 is this new product called Autodesk Insight360. Let's open up a file. Let's pick you know what, we'll just start with a brand new file. That's fine. And let's say we build a basic building, nothing fancy. In the Analyze tab of the ribbon, you'll notice there's a new panel called Insight360. In here, You can tell the software to create the Insight model, and it's going to basically help you with creating a new energy model with the ability to look at the data in a new interface. If I click Insight360, it'll open up the browser. Give it a second. What this will do is it will get you to Autodesk Insight360. It'll automatically log you in if you've already logged into your Autodesk account, and you can select and look at any particular model you might have already created. For example, here you're going to see a model that I created earlier. It shows you all of the usage and the model itself. You can obviously click and rotate and take a look at the model. You can explode the model. You can look at the metadata of the content. But more importantly, you can scroll down and you can start to take a look at benchmark comparisons, the model history, the orientation of the model in respect to the planet, all of the different walls and directions and settings that you've got, glass, infiltration, roof construction. So this is a very fast, new, easy way to understand the data, if you will, of your energy model. So that's Autodesk Insight360. And then the last I'd like to take a look at for this video is the what they call global parameters. So let's open up a file. And so for the most part, everybody knows what a parameter is. It's just an intelligent piece of BIM data that you attribute to the model to do certain things or to provide data. For example, a bed here has BIM data as to what level it's on, what marks, so on and so forth. You can look at the type property information of that object, and you can see all the BIM data such as the length parameter or the width parameter as well of this object. Global parameters are located under the Manage tab of the ribbon under Settings, and you see Global Parameters. Global Parameters allows you to create a general parameter to set up as a relationship to other parameters. For example, over here you've got some doors that are set at a specific distance away from the corner of the rooms, and if I set up a basic relationship now, say an 8-inch dimension, and it's being locked at 8 inches, that basically means that if I take this wall and I move this wall, that relationship holds, which is fine and dandy for most things. But what if you want to set it up such that that parameter is a general parameter that you can control in the project environment? Here I have one created already called the door jamb. So if I go back to global parameters, I have a door jamb inset parameter I created that sets it at a foot. If I change this value to say 6 inches and I hit OK, you'll notice that these doors and these doors automatically have adjusted at one shot. I don't have to worry about manually moving a wall or manually moving each door right off the bat. You can change how the data is displayed on a global parameter by selecting it, and you can see it says a label is here. You can click Show Label in View and it will display the data. Another possible use and function of global parameters is, say for example you have global parameters that set up the depth of the room and the depth of the hallway, if you will, in relationship to the depth of the building. And if we go back to global parameters, you'll see things such as the formula that's used for the room depth is actually based upon the building depth and the half width depth, if you will. So these are global parameters that you can create new ones. You can modify what you've got to work with, and they're very similar to just generic family parameters that you create or project parameters that you create. And so those are a few additional new features in Revit 2017. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to hear from you guys again on the next series of What's New in Revit 2017.